I really do get the sense that, since we've had the love confession in the last episode and all that, I feel like we are probably, I don't know, it can't be too far now, can it? Until we get towards probably the end of Kotori's route and all that, and we technically reach the end of the game, I would imagine. Obviously, technically the game wouldn't be complete even if you reach that in the sense of obviously there's other character routes. But as I've said at the start of this playthrough, we're only doing the one character route in this. We're not going to be doing other character routes. So we're just going to plough ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and see where we end up. So if we finish it this episode, great. If we don't, then that's no bother either. We'll keep going and all that. So as the next morning, shaking his bottom, had waddled into the cafeteria. Did they always refer to it as a cafeteria? This room? And I've just, for some reason, completely forgotten. I don't know. Weird thing to forget. Behind him. Good morning. Yes, I was also going to say something else, and now it's just completely gone from my head. Maybe I'll remember it in a second if I take my mind off it for a moment. Kotori followed behind, blinking her eyes sleepily. Good morning. You look sleepy. I was nervous, so I couldn't sleep well. It's strange to feel nervous to meet your own parents, but when I followed my dad and lived away from my mum for a while, I was a bit nervous to meet her again. Well, my mum didn't care about the inner workings of her son's heart, but anyway. What do you want for breakfast? I'll make it now. I'll toast some bread, so I'm fine. Okay, I'll brew some coffee for you. I'll make it strong. With lots of milk and sugar, okay? Kotori prepared Hat's breakfast while talking. Even while she isn't his owner, she always takes care of him. Hat is more attached to Kotori's than anyone else, too. Alright, here's your coffee, yeah? Wonder if I'll be okay. Kotori muttered as she accepted the coffee. Are you still worried about something? My dad, he always dotes on me, so... That's not a problem, is it? Going home is fine. I'm just worried about whether he'll let me come back. She slipped her coffee while talking. Oh, I'm sure he won't. You think he might? I remember her sister and think about it again. It's different than things with my sister. I haven't really met him with him in years, and... I'm starting to worry. Is it really okay to let her go? If it really comes down to it, Hibari's saying that she'll bring me back here, even if she has to abduct me. But yeah, I'd really wondered about that. Well, anyway, just relax there for a while. Yeah. Kotori ate a morning toast with a mixed expression of worry and happiness. I prepared breakfast for myself and the other people who are still in the dorms. It's a simple breakfast, but anyway. Kotori was watching me from across the counter while I did so. Don't even think about cheating on me. What's with suddenly saying that? I mean, you're so nice to girls, it worries me. Of course. Watch to make sure Aoi doesn't cheat on me. If he does, you can really peck him, okay? She doesn't trust me. I told you I won't cheat. I have such a cute girlfriend, after all. Just hit her with the compliment. While saying this, I stood behind Kotori and put my hands on her shoulders. You're the only one I like. From behind her, I turned her head and kissed her on the cheek. Kotori blushes and fidgets. However, she quickly scowls at me. You're not taking me seriously. Not taking you seriously? I mean, kissing me like that, thinking I'll cheer her up if you give me ice cream. You think I'm such a simple girl. I don't think that. Well, I do tend to think it's a good idea to buy a girl ice cream if she's in a bad mood, but... It's because you love me too. Kotori says this and combs her hair upwards. With a yearning look on her face, she says, Even knowing that, I want you to deceive me. Is that so? Well, then I'll deceive her. By looking at the fireplace? But what's going on? Oh, that's her looking around, apparently. Kotori stretches her neck out like a meerkat and looks around the area. Then after verifying that no one is nearing the cafeteria, she thrusts her lips out. The sounds. It must be awkward as a VA sometimes when you have to do kissing noises or whatever. Or heaven forbid if you're the VAs in a game like Honey Pop and you have to make you know what. Somehow she seems to be insisting that I kiss her. Alright, princess. I went and stood in front of Kotorians and kissed her upturned lips. Just for an instant, as it tasted like fresh coffee, with lots of milk and sugar. Kotori smiled happily and then finished off her toast with jam. And that interrupted our make-out session. Oh shit, Hibari, don't look. I heard Hibari's voice and pushed Kotori's wheelchair over to the entrance to meet her. Hibari, and also... Oh, my goodness. Is this the father? A middle-aged man was standing behind Hibari. He was dressed in a grey suit and had a gentlemanly air about him. He's also uncomfortably close to the camera. Upon seeing Kotori, her father looked like he was going to cry. But he's a gentleman wearing a suit. His expression only showed emotion for an instant, and then he changed to a classy smile. Oh god, right, his name is Takao. And, I'm just thinking, do I also give him an Irish accent? If this is going to be a three-way conversation between Kotori, Hibari and him, it's just going to be Irish accent central, this, with no differentiation between any of them. I hope I am well. I'll try and make it sort of like a more emphatic Irish accent. Yes, as you can see, then the father looked at me. This person is, this is Howie Manalse. He's in charge of the dorms at Maison de Flying Fish. It's nice to meet you. My name is Manalse. Nice to meet you. I'm Kotori's father, Takao Hibari. You seem to be rather young. Yeah, I'm still a student. My mother manages this property and I'm just working part-time. He's a wonderful dorm mother. Won't you say it's so, Hibari? Yes, he's great at cooking, takes his job seriously, and is very trustworthy. Wow. As both of his daughters had said such things, Kotori's father looked at me approvingly. While I held my head high, I felt a bit nervous. I felt a bit insecure. While everyone said how responsible I was, when seen by an adult, I must have looked like just a child. Thank you for taking care of my daughter. After saying this, he extended his hand for me to shake it. Please continue to look after my daughter. Thank you as well. After the greetings ended, the remaining dorm students on the gate came to see Kotori off. Are these all of the dorm students? Yes, they're all my friends. These are Kana, Asa and Yoru. Hello, I'm Kanako Shigure. Nice to meet you, pet. I'm Asa Kazato. I'm a sister Yoru. After being greeted, Kotori's father bowed his head politely. Even when speaking with kids the same age as his daughter, he never forgets to express his gratitude. Next, this is Agea. Oh, this is your best friend whom I heard about on the phone. What's that voice like? For you all listening. Is it actually any really that different to the Irish accent I've been giving Kotori and Hibari? Or is it basically just the same? Kotori's father, appearing moved, extended his hand for Agea to shake it. Alright, I'm Agea Himegi. I've heard about you from my daughter. I wonder what she said about me. Kotori's father looked at everyone who had lined up and relaxed his expression, looking relieved. He must have been concerned about how his handicapped daughter was getting along in the dorms. To tell the truth, he had gotten Agea to come in this morning on purpose. Kotori had wanted to introduce her best friend to her father so that he'd feel relieved. It seems that her experiment was a success. Next, a duck came waddling in, shaking his bottom. Come here, Hat. I'll introduce you. Hat flapped his wings and rested on Kotori's knee. This is Hat. He's my oldest friend here. I see. What a cute duck he is. Asa and Yoru, while I'm gone, please take care of Hat. Leave it to us, pet. Be nice to us, Hat. He's so cute. Alright, let's get going. That's right, I don't want to stay too long and intrude. You know, it occurs to me that as I'm doing that voice, I'm sort of like talking out the left side of my mouth, which is closest to the microphone on my headset. So every time I do that voice, I hope I'm not blowing into the microphone. Otherwise that's going to sound really unprofessional, and that's going to be very distracting on the footage. It's going to be blasting your eardrums out. I hope that's not the case. I'm going to try talking out the right side of my mouth instead, like this. That's going to sound even weirder. Hibari pushes Kotori's wheelchair. See you, everyone. See you, Howie. See you later, Kotori. Please have a relaxing time at home. Kotori got into her father's car and went home. Does this mean we're going to have a period in the game just without her? Are we going to prepare the cockpit for when she comes back? We met at the dock as usual after Kotori left. We have to resolve the problems that were found yesterday, and to be safe, check each part to ensure there was no damage. Agea is in charge of maintenance. Agea went with me to the runway, got guidance on the spot directly from people who had qualifications, and helped with maintenance. There are no obvious scratches on the surface of the airframe. There are no problems with parts either. Amane's design were great. Depending on the design, sometimes too much weight can be placed on a certain area, parts can bend or damage can occur. Yoru is staring intently at the assembled airframe. What's wrong, Yoru? I thought this when watching the test fly yesterday, but this glider is really beautiful. Designs are mysterious. The most beautiful things come from the pursuit of function. I guess that's how it works, yeah. This glider is a mass of functional beauty. There is meaning to every curve. There isn't even a portion of it that was designed a certain way because it looks nice. Speaking of which, bicycles are like that too. Bicycles, which are built purely for speed, are extremely attractive in appearance. But this glider has a mysterious shape to it. It's the first time I've seen one where the wings go forward. Also, Owie, what are you ruminating about so loud about bicycles being beautiful? Do you have some kind of bicycle fetish, lad? I also pointed to the wing and said this. I may have just inserted a few words of my own. The wings of the revised model jut forward a bit from where they are attached to the body. Normally aren't the wings of airplanes facing behind? Also acted like her hands were wings, spread them out behind her undemonstrated. Oh, you mean sweep back wings, pet? Sweep back wings? The wings that spread out pointing diagonally and backward from point of attachment. That's a design meant for flying at supersonic speeds. That's why it's normal for jets and such to have sweep back wings. Whether they're passenger airplanes or fighter planes, the majority of airplanes that we normally see on TV are jets. Oh. Small propeller airplanes don't have wings that point diagonally and backward. They're spread out to the sides, right? Our old model wings were that way too. Why is the shape different? Sweepback wings have less lifting power. If there's a jet engine inside, a plane can still fly without any problems. That's not the case for a glider. As advised, normal for the wings to stretch out to the sides, but this glider's wings are pointed forward. Wings like this are called sweep forward wings. We're getting a lesson on aviation again, ladies and gents. Sweep forward wings? If you divide the wing shape further, there are still a few more types, and there are some things that are unclassifiable, as they are designed to go along with the objective of each plane. So are gliders' wings being sweep forward wings? There's an objective for that too, right? Yes, that's right. Well, rather than saying objective, maybe it's more accurate to say there's a merit in this case. Agea began her explanation. The biggest reason deals with centre of gravity and portion that will become centre at lifting power even. This glider has 2 seats, so we have limited choices in terms of where to attach the wings. In the instance of this airframe, the wings are attached to the sides of the body, but the cockpit is also inside the body. In the case of 2-seaters, the space made up of the cockpit doubles. For that reason, the point of attachment for the wings becomes limited. Further, since the cockpit and the number of passengers doubles, the centre of gravity shifts forward by a large amount. That's where the sweep forward wings come in. Look at this, Asa. Agea draws a diagram of the old wings as seen from above, and puts a point in the centre. It is just about in the centre of the base for the wings. This point is the centre at lifting power that is generated by wings. It's like an invisible thread is hung from here and plane is flying. It's not really such a simple matter, but as Agea was trying to explain in an easy to understand way, she was simplifying quite a bit. If forward is heavy and centre of gravity shifts forward, what do you think will happen? The nose will descend, right? Alright, how about now? This time she drew a diagram of the revised model, sweep forward wings, drawing a line along the centre of the wings and creating a triangle shape. In the centre of that she drew another point, as that point was further forwards than in the previous example. So that means that the centre of the lifting power has shifted forward. Now there is balance, so maybe the front won't descend. So, while sweep forward wings are attached to a back at body, the point at which lifting power occurs can be brought to front. It's also necessary to consider instances where there is one passenger. These wings reduce the shift at the centre of gravity as much as possible and have a role in maintaining balance. This means that the wings are optimised for gliders with multiple passengers. It's actually more complicated than that, but that's pretty much the simple version of the story. I understand, that's why you took the time to rebuild, that should say, the wings. It looks like a strange shape. That's going Northern English, what am I doing? I think this is Howie. It looks like a strange shape, yeah, but there is meaning behind everything. That's amazing. There was a reason for the wing shape too. With an admiring expression, Asa gazed upon the wings that she had a role in building. Abilities having no idea about all that. But there can't only be merits. Yoru suddenly cut in. What do you mean? For instance, sweep forward wings lower the roll stability. During the test you were saying that the glider had a sensitive feel, right? Isn't it the cause of that too? When gliders are flying, they are always subject to the unstable atmosphere. Wind blows from lots of different directions, and sometimes strong cross-fins blow in too. But gliders have a quality where, even if they are rocked to the sides, they immediately try to make the wings level again. That is called roll stability. Actually, sweep forward wings have the property of reducing roll stability. However, of course that has been taken into consideration. This is known as a dihedral angle. Dihedral? Looking at wings from the front, they're curved slightly upwards, right? That is called a dihedral angle, yeah? Adding a dihedral angle acts to preserve the roll stability to some extent. The rest depends on skill at pilot. For airframes that lack roll stability, the reaction to ailerons, movable flaps on the wings, is fast and is quite apparent. I got it. Yoru nodded as though she was convinced. Actually, it was as though she had been convinced the whole time. She probably understood it and just wanted to say something. Perhaps she just wanted to test us. But you're amazing, Yoru. What's so amazing? Even though you're not an official member, you're really well versed in this stuff. Agate and I had looked at the blueprint for the revised model and studied, but this couldn't have been the case with Yoru. Not really. Since I thought my system I'd ride it, I just did a bit of research. That's amazing, Yoru. Teach me after, okay? See, you're not always a bit of a bitch, are you? I've really added some additional aspects to these characters in this playthrough. It's really important to learn about function. That's the case whether you're going to fly or do maintenance. If one understands the principles of flight and the function of each part, it's possible to handle the situation when something arises. For example, even if one wing fractures in the middle, it's possible to perform feats, such as flying while maintaining balance with the ailerons. Alright, let's call it a day for our study meeting. Let's get started on work. We have to surprise Kotori. We plan to finish work on Kotori's cockpit before she returned from her home. You help too, okay, Aoi? I'm sure this will be a great present for her. Alright, I was looking forward to seeing Kotori's overjoyed face. Do you think she's going to come back and something's going to be up? I don't know. We'll see. The production of Kotori's cockpit was proceeding nicely. It was not always that complicated. Putting it simply, we were just making it so that the rudder pedal could be operated by hand. If there was going to be a problem, it would probably have been the layout inside the cockpit or the operability. But we have Amane's blueprint, so everything has been resolved. Thinking about making the wings of the gliders, this was simple work. It was my first time to fly alone, but the sensation of controlling the glider was different. Both weight and centre of gravity changed, so yeah. During the day today I did a test flight. I just returned from the runway. Shall we take a break and then do work on cockpit? We can only do tests while it's light outside. We fly during the day, and then from evening we return to the dock and do production work on Kotori's cockpit. It was a rather difficult schedule. Shall we eat here again today? We had a portable gas stove in the office. Since we also had electricity, it was possible to do simple cooking. It's almost like we're camping. Also was strangely excited. What shall we do for our side dish? Does anyone have a request? I'm fine with anything, love. I want to eat fish. I want Chinese food. Oh, you're here as well. Didn't even realise, or have you just shown up now? I would like a Hamburg steak. Fish for Yoru, Chinese food for Asa, Hamburg steak for Amane. Amane? Amane was at the office desk and was working away at the computer. Hello everybody, welcome back. Don't enter our conversation so naturally, I was surprised to suddenly hear from her. What are you doing here at this time, you bugger? I had something to do at school, so I figured I would come to check up on the progress. There was no one here, so I waited while doing work. Amanda sometimes comes here to do work. She says it's because she can focus on her work, as there are no loud people around and she doesn't get phone calls or email when she's here. Why didn't you call us? I left my phone at the laboratory, and besides, my phone is too loud. What to do is this person? She was saying she had something to do at school, but surely the lab was annoying, so she left and came here. Is Kotori not here? Oh, Kotori's at home right now. I see. As I am here, I wanted to see her. Well, I'm going to go buy the ingredients. I'll go too. Me too. Anyway, if you're going to buy stuff for dinner... So if you can hear my chair creaking... it does this all the time. It doesn't need replacing or anything, it's just a creaky chair, that's all. And that's how it is. Alright, it seems that things follow the design. This is thanks to everyone's solid manufacturing skills. Not at all, it's thanks to you, Amane. While eating dinner, Agea announced the results of the test flight of the revised glider to Amane. While eating a Chinese-style Hamburg steak with fish. From flying it, I can tell that its functionality has improved, as its stability while it's flying is totally different. It's not because... Oh, I nearly went northern. It is not because you got better at flying, are we? As that might be part of it, but it's not everything, yeah? Okay. And we did a few adjustments, but... When Agea and Amane begin to talk, usually no one else can follow. As I finished the crucial announcements and returned to my meal. Wow, that happened while they were flying? That's right, I was surprised too. What happened after that? Of course, everything went well, just as I thought. They're really compatible with each other. I see, that means Aoi and Kotori are totally into each other right now. They're not talking about the glider, it seems. Hold off, what are you talking about over there? We're talking about the test flight. Yeah, just about test flight, you bugger. I don't think so, what you said just now was totally different. You told Kotori your feelings in the middle of the test flight, correct? How romantic, confessing your feelings in the air. Nines, that was... Wasn't it great, Asa? Yeah, it goes without saying that it was amazing. It was like a scene from a drama. Thinking back to it again, it seemed a bit deliberate, but it wasn't bad at all. Back on the... Oh, no, it went Aoi then, it's Agea speaking. Back on ground, we were listening with bated breath. Don't listen in on that. I wish they told me that the radio was still on. But at the same time, it wouldn't have been great to be told that while I was in the middle of confessing my love. Blech. I am glad it went well, Aoi, but I am a little bit surprised. What's so surprising? I mean, I thought you two had been dating since a long time ago. Me too. Sometimes I had some doubt like you two were actually dating, but keeping it a secret from everyone. I mean, you got along so well. When you combed Kotori's hair and stuff like that, I would watch and my heart would pound. Alright already, I got it, so just let it be. I'm so embarrassed I could die. I turned away from everyone and ate my dinner. I'm so glad. Amane looked a little bit happy while she ate her Hamburg steak. Her Chinese-style Hamburg steak with fish. After all that, our meal ended and we were going to get back to work. But before that... Alright, I'm going to head home. Amane, who had finished her dinner, picked up her helmet and key, which had been lying on the desk. Amane, what is that? Oh, this. I got a license to drive a scooter. It's really useful for when I come here. Oh, you drive a scooter, Amane? Yes, that is most correct. I'm fine as long as it's not expensive. It only takes a moment to be careful, but injuries last a lifetime. Be careful not to get in an accident, okay? Why does everyone say that? Amane mutters this while preparing to go home. Oh, that's right. Amane remembered something and went back to the office computer. Everyone is curious and gathers in front of the monitor. Oh, great, it's the simulation, so feel free to use it. Oh, did Summit change? I changed the data to match the revised glider. Amane says this while making a face that says, shouldn't that be obvious? I had some time earlier, so I did it. I was thinking of doing this from before. What? You did this while you were waiting? Amane nods in puzzlement. She's a rather eccentric person. I also added a simulation mode in which you can have dogfights against enemy gliders. So who's in this enemy glider? A dogfight in a glider doesn't seem so cool. Alright, I'm going home. Thank you for the meal, Aoi. Amane, please be careful when you go home. And you make sure things go well with Kotori. Amane, who had appeared suddenly, made a cheerful face and then left. With this we can do training with simulation even on days where we can't fly. Yeah, Kotori can too. Amane coming in with a useful addition. With a thought, I plunked down on my bed. I've returned from the secret base and have taken my bath. It's almost midnight. And I'm sipping tea. Today has been a hard day with the test flight starting from the morning. I'm so tired. While lying on my bed, I reached my hand out to the picture frames that were standing on my desk. Kotori, I wonder what you're doing. In the picture, Kotori has a triumphant look on her face. She's so cute. Kotori's face in that picture is so cute that my chest begins to hurt. This is my first time to be away from her for so long. Has it only been a day, Howie? Or has there been a little time skip? I've just forgotten. Who knows? She was always near me from the day I met her. Even on days where we fought, on weren't talking, we were under the same roof, and were able to see each other's faces in one way or another. Even if I wasn't able to see her directly, I could sense her presence. Even more than being a friend or lover, she was like family to me. I want her to come back soon. Rather, I wonder if she'll come back. As Kotori had said, her father was doting, and he may not let her return. Nines, that couldn't possibly... I mean, she said that Hibari would take her back, even if she had to abduct her. I returned the picture frame to the desk, and took my cell phone into my hand. There were no calls from her in my history. I hadn't gotten any email from her either. I want to hear at least her voice, but I haven't really spoken to Kotori on the phone before. There's reasons that we are in the same class, the same club, or live in the same dorm, so it's rarely necessary. I never called her just to talk with her, but I want to hear her voice. Wait a second. This is her first time to be alone with her family in some time. I can't intrude on that. She'll come back the day after tomorrow in any case. Then we'll be able to talk as much as we want, so I have to resist. Resist. My phone rang. Oh, never mind, it's her. That is written on the display. Hey, guten Tag. Hello? Kotori, what's wrong? What's up with you, Howie? You answered with so much energy. Nines, that's nothing, don't worry about it. The phone had rung as though the call had been arranged beforehand, so I'd answered in kind of a strange way. I took a deep breath and calmed my heart. What's wrong? Before going to sleep, I wanted to hear her voice for a bit. Kotori spoke like she was embarrassed. Even though I'm just hearing her through the phone, I can imagine her cheeks brightening like a just ripening apple, and her gaze shifting out of embarrassment as she talks. Are you busy now? Not at all, I wanted to hear your voice too. Oh, I'm glad. How are things with you? You hadn't been home for a while, right? Yeah, I'm having fun. My mum and dad are really nice. So nice that it makes me kind of uncomfortable. They haven't seen their daughter in a while, so they're happy but maybe a bit flustered. And also, Kotori had first said she wouldn't go home, but then suddenly said she would. Her parents probably had no idea of what had happened. I made dinner for them today. Do you remember when I made dinner with you and Agaya? We boiled chicken and tomatoes together. Oh, Basque-style chicken stew? Yeah, that. My mum and dad were so surprised. When I was living at home, I didn't cook at all. They complimented me, saying how great it was. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. That was when Kotori and I weren't calling each other by our first names yet. Only Kotori didn't have a dorm duty, so I wanted to give her a role. I made her come, and we made everyone's dinner. As everyone liked it, Kotori slowly began to open up to the other dorm students, and everyone recognised me as the dorm mother. I wanted to show my mum and dad that I'm doing my best while living in the dorms at de Maison du Flying Fish. Even 15 episodes in, we still have to pronounce it like that. I wanted them to think that something came out of my leaving home. Sounds like you succeeded. I mean, they complimented you, right? Yeah, they said it was delicious. I gave my mom the recipe. I imagine mother and daughter standing in the kitchen and cooking together, and a pleasant mood came over me. From tomorrow, my dad's going to teach me to cook. Oh, my mom, sorry, is going to teach me to cook. So when I go back to the dorms, I'll make something for you. The taste of food from the Abane household. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure it'll be some things that Kotori likes to eat. I am really looking forward to it. What have you been doing, Howie? It's the same stuff as always. Today we did tests in the morning, and after that, well, lots of things. Speaking of which, Amane came. She said she got a license to drive a scooter. Amane's going to drive a scooter. Hope she's okay. Kotori has the same reaction too. After that, I told Kotori about the silly things that had happened while she'd been gone. Kotori also told me about the silly things that had happened at her house. I'm sure if other people heard, they wouldn't care about the content, but we talked enthusiastically, and before we knew it, it was considerably past midnight. I have to get to sleep. I'm waking up early tomorrow. Do you have something to do? My dad's going to take me to Ueno Zoo. They have pandas there. Oh, that sounds nice. Take some pictures, okay? I'll get pictures of tigers, lions and crocodiles too. If I keep focusing on carnivores. Alright, good night. We couldn't say those words. I miss you. My real feelings suddenly leaked out. Just start tugging at my heartstrings with that music in the background, why don't you, game? I miss you too, Howie. I have to be patient for 2 more days. As far as thinking I shouldn't intrude on Kotori while she's alone with her family. It's the first time for us to be apart like this, right? Yeah. I didn't know how I'd feel so lonely when you were away. I always think about you when I'm going to sleep, Howie. Me too. I always sleep looking at the pictures we all took together. I could sense Kotori's embarrassed laughter on the other end. Spending time apart, I really realised I love you so much. Thinking that way, maybe it wasn't so bad to come back here. I was able to confirm my feelings. Kotori, I like you too. I love you. Yeah. On the other end, Kotori laughed timidly. Alright, I gotta sleep. Okay, I'll sleep too. Enjoy the pandas, okay? Good night, Kotori. Good night, Aoi. The conversation ended. She kissed me. My face feels hot. Gosh darn it, why did she kiss me? I can't sleep now. I squirmed around on my bed. Your boy just wants to be with his girl. Ah. Oh, who's approaching in a vehicle? Is it 2 days later? Is Kotori back? Or is that Anchan turning up in his little truck or whatever? Is he sensing the vehicles? What's wrong, Hat? Do you feel full? Hat, who had been eating his food, suddenly started making a commotion. He ignored his food and started flapping around the cafeteria. What's with him? It wasn't like that glutton to just leave his food. It couldn't be. She's back, isn't she? I ran for the entrance, trailing a bit behind Hat. Standing Zervas. Are you a good boy? Kotori gathered Hat onto her lap and stroked his back. Kotori? Aoi? Kotori looked at me and then timidly averted her gaze. I couldn't take my eyes off of Kotori. Even though we'd only been apart for a few days, it felt like much longer. Welcome back, Kotori. Thanks, Aoi. Her bashful smile was overwhelmingly cute. This is for Agea, and this is for Amane, and here it is. These are for Asa and Yoru. Kotori distributes the souvenirs she brought back. Panda cookies, apparently. They're so cute. Next, this is for Kana. Crocodile slippers. They're so cool. Thank you. I always love doing Kanako's voice. Or rather, my voice that I've given Kanako. I took lots of pictures too. Kotori spreads the pictures she took out on the table. Here's a tiger and then a crocodile. And look at this, it has friends. Asa and the others look at the pictures excitedly. Here you are, Hibari. I gave some cold barley tea to Hibari, who was sitting a distance away. Thank you, it's hard again today, so I've been sweating so much. Kotori's father had work again, starting today. Seems that he tearfully gave up the role of taking his daughter back and left it to Hibari. How was your home? Mum and Dad were so happy that Kotori had come back. Kotori, who was excitedly talking about the zoo picture she laid out, narrows her eyes and stares at Hibari. It was almost like we returned to how things were before. Then she was overcome with emotion and began to cry. Are you okay, Hibari? That was Irish, not German, what am I doing? I'm sorry, I'm just so happy. I quietly handed her a tissue. My parents were thankful too, saying it was thanks to everyone at Maison du Flaying Fish. It was thanks to you that Kotori said she'd go home, right? Me? No, I didn't really. Kotori told me so. I see. I want you to say more things like that. It's not weird for you to say things like that. I probably just guided her a little bit, yeah. It seemed like she had wanted to go home for a while. Just that she didn't have an impetus. While I'm saying that, Hibari looks at me with kindness in her eyes. Hibari? I heard from Kotori in the car ride here. You two are dating, right? Yeah, I have the honour of dating Kotori. Really, Kotori has a boyfriend. She's moved to tears again. However, her tears don't seem to be only those of happiness. Here you go. Thank you. Hibari takes the tissue I hand her, blows her nose and wipes the tears away. Please take care of Kotori. Hibari, don't you have to go to work? Kotori looked at the clock and called over to Hibari. I'm fine, I'm already late, so it doesn't matter. It does matter, hurry up. But I want to spend more time with you, Kotori. You can't, you have to go, I'll set hat on you. Not that. Hibari stood up in a hurry. Alright then, I'll get going. Be good, okay, Kotori? Alright. And also... Hibari looked at me. Be responsible with your relationship. Kotori's face went red. This again. Hibari left as though she were being chased out. Kotori? It's fine, it's fine. If I don't do something like that, she'll stick around here until we eat lunch. But more importantly, I'm hungry. What do we have? Wait a second, I'll make something. I opens the fridge and surveys the leftovers. Welcome back, Kotori. How have you been? As soon as they met at the secret base, they took on beaming expressions. If Kotori hadn't been in a wheelchair, perhaps they would have hugged. Oh, it's Kotori! Amane, who had been facing the computer and typing away, lifted her head after a delay. Oh, Mane's here too. You haven't been in an accident, have you? No, I have not. I have a licence, after all. Being complacent like that will lead to an accident. It's better for you to be a little afraid. Got it. At a meeting of Amane after a while, Kotori suddenly began to lecture her. That impudent side of hers is cute too. How was your home? It was fun, but it was boring. There was nothing to do. I bought a souvenir for you. Kotori lined up panda cookies on panda jam buns. Was that German? It was like a fusion of German and Irish for a moment. Look at these, they're so cute. It's almost a waste to eat them. Here you go, Mane. What is this? It's a charm for traffic safety. I heard that you got a license to drive a scooter, so I rushed over to the neighbourhood shrine to pray for you. I put a lot of emotion into this charm, so always carry it with you. Do you understand? Yes, I got it. No one cut in on Das via emotion would enhance the charm. Oh, I also took a lot of pictures. Kotori spits out the pictures again. Oh, you went to the zoo. I wish I could go. Oh, it's a panda. It was so cute. Pandas really are black and white, you know. Kotori speaks passionately while also showing pictures of tigers, lions and crocodiles. It seems that the zoo was extremely fun. After listening to Kotori talk about her trip for a while, I have something I want to show you too. What is it? What's this? Looking at the thing Agaya wanted to show her, Kotori bent her head to the side. It's a special cockpit. Well, it's still incomplete, but a seat will be placed around here, and this is... Oh, could it be my cockpit? Bingo. Since there is no seat, it's hard to see what it is from just a glance. We actually wanted to finish this before your return, but we weren't able to finish in time while doing tests. But it's almost complete. Wow. Kotori got closer and looked hard at it. This is the... Oh, that's not her voice. This be the control stick, and this lever controls the rudder. You can operate both with your hands. It'll be completed in just a bit, and then you'll be able to fly too. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Everyone smiled as if to say you're welcome. Alright, shall we begin today's club activity? Everyone was full of energy and set about working. I feel like we're going to be closing in, right? On sort of an end game point, where we'll finish Kotori's route and the game and... Oh, well, we'll get to sort of the canonical end, I guess, maybe. He actually came by scooter. Kotori mutters this while watching Amane start the engine to her scooter. Amane, please be careful going home, yeah? Very well, just leave it to me, I'll observe the speed limits. Amane got onto her scooter while saying this and added, Alright, have a good night. Bye, Amane. Goodbye. The scooter carrying Amane chugged along slowly, following the speed limit and drove away. Okay, shall we go back to... Oh, just a random shot of a telephone pole, apparently. A convenience store came into view, as this is where Agaya splits off to go home. Agaya came over to where I was. When you get home, make sure you indulge Kotori a little bit, you bugger. She's been looking at you all time, getting impatient. Oh. Alright, see you tomorrow. Good night, Agaya. See you tomorrow. I'm back. Good work today, Aoi and Kotori. Good work. Same to you too, Asa. Yoro, I'm sorry to always make you tag along. No problem, I'm not busy. Why don't you two take a bath? Kotori too. Alright, got it. Okay, during that time I guess I'll do some cleaning. Let's go, Kotori. Sorry, I'm just gulping what's left of my tea. There we are, drunk up the remainder of it. As our bath felt good. It was finally time for my bath after the girl's bath ended. I stayed in the bath until my fingers got wrinkled and washed off the sweat that had accumulated during the day. Inside the dorm, everything has gone quiet. Austin and the others must have already gone to sleep. While walking down the hallway towards my air-conditioned room... From a crack in the door, Kotori was looking at me. It seems that she had been waiting for me to pass by. Hey, what are you doing? Kotori opens the door, came halfway out into the hallway, and restlessly surveyed the area. And after judging that no one was around, she came out and moved toward me. I missed you. We got the electric guitars again. When Agea tells us to indulge her, combined with this scene, I am sort of wondering where this is going now. Are we about to stray into NSFW territory here? Because the thing is, did I mention in an earlier episode that I was doing a bit of Googling about this game, and apparently when it originally released, there was more sort of NSFW content in it, apparently, but then when it got put out on Steam, a lot of that got taken out, presumably so that it could be released without falling afoul of any rules or anything. I feel like I've read that, but I can't remember exactly where. Kotori, who can't hold me from the front, took my hand from the side and squeezed it forcefully. I missed you, I missed you, I missed you. While saying that, she pulled on my arm. Then, just around the time when summer was about to start, Kotori let out a cute groan, then looked around again and, leading me by the hand, moved to her wheelchair. Where are you going? She doesn't answer. I was pulled into Kotori's room just like that. Oh my, owie. You've been pulled into the girls' room. Why am I speaking German? That's his voice. I'm sorry. The excitement of a passionate evening ahead makes me turn German. German, the language of passionate love. Hat, stay outside for a while. Oh, poor Hat. He wanted to stay and observe. The little freak. Kotori threw out Hat, who was protesting, and shut the door. She blocked Hat's pet door with a bag so that it couldn't be opened either. Then she took my arm and squeezed it again. Owie, I missed you so much. I missed you too, Kotori. With my other hand I stroked her hair. The scent of shampoo drifted faintly from her glossy hair. The lights weren't on in the room, and perhaps because of the dimness, the silence was almost palpable. You say that, but it's also very difficult to hear myself over the sounds of the electric guitars. Do you have some music on somewhere, Kotori, or a rock band playing behind the wardrobe? Owie? Yeah? You didn't cheat on me, did you? Of course not. I'm glad. Kotori rubbed her cheek against my hand, as if out of relief. Somehow it feels good. Can I ask a favour? What is it? Stroke my hair more. Okay, I will. She didn't even have to ask. I continued to stroke her hair. Her glossy hair was still a bit damp from her bath, and felt different than usual. I stroked it softly. With a contented look on her face, Kotori trembled slightly. Do you like having your hair stroked? Are you secretly a canine in disguise? Yeah, it seems that way. I realised when you started doing it. She answers while shivering absorbedly. She was like a cat who had gotten catnip. You have big hands, Owie. My whole head could fit inside your hands. You're a big fucking giant. That's because you have a small head, Kotori. Kotori's head is round and nicely shaped. Natural beauties are made of different stuffs as the rest of us. Completely absorbed, Kotori squeezed my hand and brought it toward her chest. Oh my. This feels like we're intruding on a very private moment here. The next thing I knew, Kotori was looking up at me with moist eyes. As Kotori's in the wheelchair, she almost always looks up at me. So it's not as though she's doing it on purpose, but it's cute as the point of being sneaky. Then Kotori puckered her lips and pointed them upward. You spoiled girl. I gave her a peck on the lips. One more time. I guess there's no choice. We kissed, lightly pressing our lips together. Funya. What? What? Why do anime characters always make such strange noises in romantic scenes like this where they're kissing each other? Funya though, that's a new one. I've not heard that one before. You kissed me the day before I went home, so I was thinking about it the whole time. I was even kissing my pillow. Sorry to have done that to you. Oh, he seems so cool about this. We're not really thinking about me. There's no way that'd happen. I kissed my pillow too. Really? Yeah, really, but the actual thing is much better. Isn't it? Kotori was being shy. I kissed her again. Kotori's always cute, but today she looked even cuter than usual. Feeling if we had £1 for every time he's called her cute this last couple of episodes, we'd be moderately more well off. Maybe it's because I haven't been able to see her for a while. Still holding hands with Kotori, I sat down on the bed. Then I looked around her room vaguely. Is this the third or fourth time I've entered Kotori's room? No matter how close we are, I can't very well just enter a girl's room. Aren't you going to turn on the lights? I was ready to go to sleep, and I heard you getting out of the bath. That's why she was peering at me through the crack in the door like that. Don't look so much. My room isn't cute, is it? That's not true, it's simple. I mean, if I have lots of things, they get in the way. There's basically nothing on. I should just say, nothing placed on the floor. Probably because it was getting Zive when she moved her wheelchair. When I'm in my room, I mostly just read books, study or play with Hat. Kotori doesn't have any typical hobbies, it seems. I heard that she liked to move her body, so before the accident she probably exercised a lot. Hey, I want to sit next to you. Kotori held out both of her hands. Alright. I went to lift up Kotori, but then waited for a moment. How do you usually get into your bed? I put my wheelchair here, then lock it so the wheels don't move. That went German for some reason. She demonstrated the actions while she spoke. But I don't want to show you. Have I? I just don't. I'm sure you think it's strange. I'd seen her get in and out of her wheelchair, and it looked like just doing that was rather difficult. I'm sure it's a lot of effort to get into the bed. I took Kotori's hand and held her close. I lifted her like that, and then sat her down on the bed. Kotori was at her wit's end. Perhaps she hadn't emotionally prepared for it. Or for being lifted up and put on her bed. To be honest, I felt a little awkward too. But Kotori was more bashful than she had to be, so I was fine. Then I sat her down on the bed, or so I thought. Kotori tumbled backward and fell over. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Kotori spoke shyly, facing away from me. It wasn't just awkwardness, it seemed she was really embarrassed. I realised that for Kotori, who doesn't have use of her lower body, it's easy to fall forward or backward when she doesn't have a seat back and isn't careful. I reached my hand out to help her up, but she refuses to take my hand. Maybe she's embarrassed that I saw her like this. You can just stay like that. I lifted Kotori's legs onto the bed, then got onto the bed myself and lay next to her. Whoa. What was that just flashed? Oh. Okay, for a moment it must have glitched. You just saw that, right? For a split second this image just flashed up. For, a microsecond. That's subliminal messaging. Howie? This is as easy, isn't it? Yeah, but you're so close. I thought it would be better to be close. It's better, but it makes me feel embarrassed. Kotori says this with her eyes tearing up. I brought my face and lips to hers and then kissed the tip of her nose. Can I hug you? Just a little bit. I hugged Kotori gently, enveloping her small body. Wrapped in my arms, Kotori let out a strange sigh. Your hair smells so good, like shampoo. It's almost like maybe she was just in the bath a moment ago, Howie. You commented on that before. I pressed my nose to her hair and took in the scent. You smell like sweat. It's so fucking hot. No way, I just took a bath. But it's a good smell. Yeah, I could get used to this scent. Don't talk about people like some kind of delicacy. I wrapped my arms around her and looked at her from the front. Kotori, I love you. Kotori looked back at me. If I go to sleep just like this, I think I'll have a good dream. Good night. She closes her eyes. Hey, don't go to sleep. Why not? I want to sleep next to you. Whoa. I just got an achievement. Take off, watch 40% of the cutscenes. Huh. I mean 40%, because obviously there are cutscenes for every other character, so I haven't even got half of them in this playthrough technically, but that's why it says 40%. Why not? I want to sleep next to you. Hey, sing me a lullaby. Kotori, aren't you being a little defenceless? I might play tricks on you while you're sleeping. That was German and Irish again for some reason. I'll draw a beard on my face with a marker. She says that seriously. Could be. If you're going to pinch my nose or poke my cheeks, you can go ahead. So it seems like she wants me to tease her like that. Okay, I'll pinch your nose until you wake up. I'm fine with that. You're okay? Yeah, huh? If you aren't careful, I could die. You're slow to realise. I'm not going to cover your mouth. But even if I had that kind of prank pulled on me, I'd be forgiving. Even if... Wait. I should probably say even if I had that kind of prank pulled on me. For a second I wasn't sure how to read that sentence. Because it's you. I'm not going to do anything to you. Yeah, I know. You're so nice, Howie. Kotori changes her expression and smiles at me. I'm not convinced she called me nice right after saying I was mean, but I guess all that matters is that she trusts me. Stroke my hair again. Okay. As I reply, I reach my hand out and stroke Kotori's head gently. That feels nice. Really makes you happy, doesn't it, when I stroke your hair? It does. I really like it. She answered affirmatively with so much power. I feel so happy too. To be stroking my hair. To be with you. Oh wait. It's a surprise attack. Why you... From a moment ago, all of her reactions have been funny and so cute. You made me happy too. I really, really like you, Aoi. You don't have to be so earnest. I'm really happy, but I really missed you. Kotori whispered this in a lonely way, inching closer to me a bit. Well, now we're together. Yeah, that's why I'm getting so close to you. It's to make up for that loneliness from before. She must have been really lonely. But it's strange. We were only apart for a little bit, but I missed you so much. Yeah, it's really strange. Kotori nods several times while she says this. I was so now thinking about how much I wanted to see you. I'd come to and look at the clock, but only a few minutes would have passed. 10 minutes in my room at home felt like a year. By those calculations, I'd be an old man after only a few weeks, like Rip Van Winkle or something. Am I his dog then? No, and I didn't say that you're a beautiful princess. I've been treated like a princess by Aoi. Are you pleased, my princess? Yeah, very much so. I got a glimpse of the pleased princess's smile in the moonlight. And you're my prince, Aoi. I'm glad I'm not Rip Van Winkle. Speaking of fairy tales, do you want a box of treasure life from the stories? Don't need anything dangerous like that. It's not like Kotori has such a box anyway. And what do you want? Let's see. I don't actually have much thinking to do. Yeah, I already have what I want. Smooth, Aoi. I softly stroked Kotori's hair. I'm so happy. Happy that I've finally got what I wanted too. But you're mine too. Of course I am. My time with Kotori on the mood of the moment, along with everything else, is a treasure to me. Channeling that feeling, I softly stroked Kotori's head. Oh. Did the image glitch out a moment then? Not sure. I want you to keep doing that. I will. Her smooth hair, which gives no resistance at all, passes right through my fingers. The texture felt so nice to the touch, I couldn't take my hand away. While I continued to slowly move my hand through her hair, Kotori closed her eyes peacefully. Although she always changes her expression while awake, now she looks so calm. When she's awake, that means that now she's... Kotori? My princess? I can't believe this girl. My sudden urge to laugh must have come on because I was overcome with how happy I felt. Is the unmistakable truth, rather, that right now I'm that in love with Kotori? Kotori, even. I guess I didn't have to sing a lullaby. Anyway, I've granted my princess's wish of sleeping next to her, so it's fine. Her sleeping face looks so content, so I'm sure she's satisfied. Most importantly, I'm able to sleep next to Kotori. Nothing could make me as happy as this. Good night, Kotori. I lightly kiss her forehead and fix her comforter. I closed my eyes while taking in the sweet scent as that floated about her hair. Are we about to have another flight in the glider? Maybe? Well, we're back at school. A day of summer vacation. It's been a while since we went to school. Today is registration day. For the first time in 2 weeks, everyone in the classroom catching up on the latest news. Minase, you just said you're dating a Barney? Seriously? But it happened kind of suddenly. Started with small talk, it's been a while. How you been doing? You talked about things like that? Jesus. Crap, I've been trying to get close to her too. That's too bad. So where did you get your information? The girls over there are gossiping. Meanwhile, on the other side of the classroom. No way! You've started dating Minase! I knew it. You guys got on great together. Well, it remains a legend. It's so unfortunate that it wasn't recorded. What kind of confession was it? His love at Sky. Hey, what kind of rumours are you spreading? What did you say? Aoi's legend? Involuntarily created. Come, Kotori, stop already. No, I wanted to boast some. They're made for each other. I mean, look, they haven't even really started dating yet. As the conversation continued without bad feelings. I'm embarrassed, okay? Please cut it out already. But silence creates better rumours, doesn't it? In our sophomore year, Kotori was very bad-mannered. As the number of our mutual friends increased, there were still enough girls to hold a grudge. I wanted to stop any strange rumours before they started. But there's no need to stop them while they speak of my legend, right? You'd think like that, wouldn't you? I know it is only a simple amusement. Kotori, however, didn't seem all that amused since these things were more difficult for her to talk about. So when did you start dating? You live in the same dorm as us, don't you? How about that? Kotori was overcome by questions. Actually, I wonder if Miss Habane is here. The student council president came into our classroom. We have not seen her for a while. Guten Tag, student council president, ja. Good morning, Awimin, I'll say. Good morning, student council president. I was wondering if you had anything for me. Actually, I was thinking I wanted to check in on the Soaring Club's activities. You guys are not having activities on campus, right? Miss Kumoi gave us her approval and stood against the faculty on our behalf. The homeroom teacher seems to be with us as well. Thanks to finding a new location, we have managed to finish improvements to the glider's main body. We also managed to have a test flight too. As Kotori mentioned test flight, girls in the back whispered things like the place where legends are born. So it seems like this will be the joke for the time being. Am I fluffing up more of the lines? Probably need to go and get a drink at some point. Actually, wow, I'm impressed. What else should I expect from a club that has motivation compared to a club that doesn't? Thanks to you, Miss Kumoi. Really, thanks so much. Here is a club with motivation, however, a little strange, I thought. Would it be alright if I saw a test flight? Sure, of course, come on by. Miss Kumoi smiles, seeing Kotori full of confidence. I'm looking forward to it. That was more than all the English than my usual voice that I give her, but whatever. Just because it is registration day, and all we are seeing all of the regular students doesn't mean that we are having class. It's a bit weirdly worded, that sentence, but hey, I know what they're trying to say. The homeroom teacher reminded us that we were on summer break and that we should leave. The students not belonging to a dorm couldn't leave. Okay, after this, are you heading straight home? Yeah, we have a package coming today. Front desk can't sign for it. We, meaning the club, has a package coming in. My destination was our secret base. Miss Kumoi wasn't surprised at all. Kotori was in a great mood since Miss Kumoi promised she would come to take a look sometime. How could you resist being prideful about a glider you helped to build? While thinking about this, I go wait in front of the elevator. Agea cried out against her will and quickly shut her mouth. From across the hallway, a heavy middle-aged teacher came lumbering down. Uh-oh. Speaking of other people we haven't seen for a while, is it Tobioka? Yep, thought so. Yeah, Mr. Tobioka. When Mr. Tobioka saw us, a sarcastic smile crossed his mouth. What voice did I give you again? It's been a while. Was it just the sort of evil voice? Hey you guys, when you see a teacher, shouldn't you be greeting them? Oh, sorry, Mr. Tobioka. When Agea greeted the founder of the robot club, I lowered my head too. Only Kotori's expression said, how could I greet you, just like a dog would greet a burglar? So it seems that you guys are participating in club activities off campus without the school's permission. We got permission. We got acknowledgement from the student council. The student council? A simple gathering of children and a pitiful excuse for a school body? We'll be fine even without permission. Kotori muttered to herself, however loud enough for Herr Tobioka to hear. Herr Tobioka frowned with disapproval. If activities are off campus unrelated to school, what should any teacher care about? I finally snapped to. Herr Tobioka, with his usual pout, glared at me. Well, then there is the matter of a stolen glider from the warehouse. If it was used by activities unrelated to school, then it was taken by a thief, and criminals must be punished. Hit where it hurt. Huh. That at least might cause some problems. Watch yourselves. With his parting threat, Herr Tobioka continued lumbering down the hall. That jerk. There's no doubt about that. Don't let him get to you. Sure, but if there are any enemies to be had, it would be that guy. Let's just get through summer break without making a fuss. Exactly. Let's let nothing be a hindrance towards our goal of flying with the morning glory. As she spoke, Kotori settled down. While repeatedly pounding the elevator button, I impatiently repeated, hurry up and come already. Finally, the elevator arrived, the door opened, and the passengers left the elevator. We made space. Ah, you guys, good morning. Amane? I'm shocked. What are you doing riding the elevator? Actually, what are you guys doing in the elevator? And it's not Amane to you, it's Miss Mochizuki, she said with a prideful swagger. So everything last year, I wanted to continue. Miss Mochizuki, what did he want? Is she going to be a lecturer over the second semester? It is all business now. What can I say? I'm an adult. She stated with, I'll just say her nose in the air, I think, not his. It's the wrong pronoun. As usual, the statement was to give the chance to boast. If she wants to become an adult that much, then he? They are talking about Amane, right? In which case it should be she and her, not he and his. And she should hurry up and graduate. Who they... Or unless they are talking about someone else? I don't know. Who said it? See you guys, I'll swing by the secret base later. Hermione swaggered down the hall. The students who knew Hermione made a face like, what's that? And saw her off. So Hermione being at school, it's kind of strange. Oh cool, I want to become a special lecturer too. So shouldn't you just put your dream out there? The appearance of Hermione suddenly cast a vague anger and bad taste left from meeting Herr Tobioka. Okay, I gotta go. If I don't hurry, I'm gonna miss the mail. Alright, catch you later. Agea hurriedly ran home. So, should we take our time heading out? I took Kotori's wheelchair handles and gazed about. There seemed to be few students heading home, but there was still a strange life to the air. Being at school during the summer holiday always made things feel special. While pushing Kotori's wheelchair, we made for home. What do you think? How's the seat feel? It's good, I can just squeeze into here. Kotori sitting in the cockpit said nervously. Kotori checks the seat designed for her. They're finally finished, is what I wanted to say, but... Can't believe the manufacturer gave us wrong parts. The package that Agea ran home to collect ended up having the wrong parts. The manufacturer made a mistake. Thanks to the mishap, Kotori's cockpit was incomplete. After reshipping at the earliest, it should be here tomorrow. So, the earliest we can run some tests is the day after tomorrow. Kotori, hearing the conversation, nervously played with the yoke. That yoke works, this rudder. In Kotori's cockpit there were no pedals. In addition to the yoke, there was an unfamiliar lever. Also, pedals is spelled incorrectly. Should be P-E-D-A-L-S. Since you're talking about, you know, vehicle pedals. So how was it? I can't exactly say. It was good, but Kotori seemed somewhat apologetic. The front seat worked. Kotori's cockpit took up 2 spaces. Agea saw me, I should explain. Don't worry about it, this cockpit isn't exclusively for your use. Just because the rudder was hand operated didn't mean that someone else couldn't use it. Anyways, didn't you want to fly from front seat? Of course. Kotori curbs the excitement in her voice. Like a child at Christmas, she gazed at the yoke. The desire to fly soon oozed from her body. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer, love. We're short some parts, there's nothing we can do about that. So what you're saying is, until the glide is complete, there's no test. Pretty much. Kotori was helped out of the cockpit and transferred to her wheelchair, but her excitement didn't cool down. You can work it properly, right? Hermione came by after Kotori got out of the cockpit. She stuck her head inside. You could at least say hi when you got here. Hermione chattered as she checked out the cockpit that she designed. Hey Hermione. Hermione, can you fly? Me? I tapped on Asa's shoulder. Hermione looked up. Huh? Kotori stopped by Hermione. Hermione, could you try and lean down some? Hermione was reluctant and cautious. She looked like she wanted to avoid being slapped on the head. It's okay, hurry up. Hermione leaned down. Kotori reached out both hands. And gave her a hug. Yeah. Unhugged Hermione. Thank you, Hermione. For my sake, you drew these blueprints. If it's the strength of a Yukari tree... What? I've never heard that metaphor before. Are Yukari trees known for being strong? I don't know. Kotori hugged Hermione and swung her side to side. That hurt. Oh, no voice. That hurts, Kotori. I like you, Hermione. Kotori did not let go of Hermione until she was satisfied transmitting her happiness. Everyone thank you. You guys are the best of friends. Kotori, wearing a grandiose expression, was filled with emotion and looked like she would cry. On next test flight, we're going to fly without delay. Kotori turned solemn and nodded. Okay. Are we going to time skip? Crap, I'm late. Since club activities were over and it had been a long while since I had been to my family home, I decided to head home. I called my mum as I went. My job was taking care of the dorm, so it was nice to get out sometimes and show my face and talk with my family sometimes. I have to get home quickly to start getting dinner ready. I'm home. You okay? When I got into the entranceway, Asa pointed at me and stated, What is it? What's going on? Something happening? What is it, Asa? Oh, we went home. Wait, that's German. What am I doing? Jeez, just now, what was that all about? Tilting her head, Kotori made her way down the hallway in a wheelchair. No, Jesus. With body-throwing force, Kotori flew by and at the last minute braked with a stop and grabbed my hand. What's going on with all of you? What's wrong? After hearing her name, stepped forward. Kotori was so looking forward to test and she can't stop fidgeting. Only Aoi can hope to appease her heart. There's only an hour left, so I bravely went home. Moment by moment. Sazavazet, sorry I'm late, but why did you tell Asa? Here you go, a present. A 6-pack of Haagen-Dazs. There's some for Asa's group too. I got them from my mother. It's okay to eat them before dinner. Sure, of course, so you'll probably end up eating dinner a little late. I would have insisted after dinner, but hey. Delicious. Eating before dinner is so unvirtuous, yet I can't help myself. Hey Yoru, take off. Thanks, Asa. The friends ate Haagen-Dazs together. I didn't see Kaneko and wondered where she had disappeared off to. Hey Kotori, do you have any plans for tomorrow? Tomorrow, if we can't do any tests, there's actually parts coming in if we can't do any work, so I guess tomorrow is a day off. As Kotori ate her ice cream, she shook her head. Right, so, okay, do you want to go see a movie? A movie? Yeah, my mum gave me some tickets. If we wanted, I was thinking we could go together. She got them from a customer, they are just regular tickets. I've her card, so she gave them to me. Kotori called out Asa's name. Asa stepped forward and started whispering, whilst being uncomfortably close to Kotori. Kotori, that was Aoi asking you out on a date, wasn't it? Date? I think it would be good if you went. Yeah, but a movie. You don't like movies? Even though they were talking in whispers, it was possible to hear their conversation. No, that's not it. I want to see the movie and with Aoi. But Kotori stopped eating her ice cream and began pondering. Even Kotori should be alright. The theatre is at Windy, and is completely handicap-friendly there. Kotori's expression said, how did you manage to know of what I was thinking? Alright, I guess it's okay. So it's decided. That's excellent, Kotori, Asa said to her laughing Kotori. Well, I have to start getting dinner ready. When you're finished eating, could you give me a hand? Kotori nodded and ate faster. Well, looks like we're going for a date with Kotori tomorrow then. In the morning, yeah. The next day, in the morning. Sorry to keep you waiting. Actually, I'm thinking, looking at time, should I keep going? Or should we save this for next episode? Let's keep going for now. I had a few last things I had to take care of before I joined Kotori, who was waiting at the entranceway. What's wrong? Nothing, but you're always dressed differently. With a feigned innocence, I answered, oh really, as I looked at my figure. To be honest, I was kind of dressed up. Today we are going on our very first real date. We've went walking and shopping together, but we have never really spent time alone together, just the two of us. So I decided I would like to dress a little nicer than usual. While Kotori grumbled ashore, she looked at her own figure. I think I want to change my clothes too. Isn't what you're wearing fine? You look good and it suits you. Is that something we have to consider movie times? Kotori, knowing there really wasn't time, nodded. Alright, Hat, we're heading out. Take care of the place. When Hat flew off Kotori's knees, I took her wheelchair and pushed it out the door. What movie are we seeing? Oh, what a crowd. It's Sunday. It's typically everyone's day off, so Zivindi is especially crowded. You can feel the weight of the crowds. This place is classy. Beyond the design of the buildings vindicated towards fashion, all the people coming and going were all dressed up. Since my Anchan brought me here, my Anchan, that's a very interesting way to refer to him. I've been coming to Vindi regularly to see the various shops excluding the underground shopping centre which sold foodstuffs. When I came with my brother it was rather quiet and calm. That day seems to have been an exception to the norm, as this isn't the casual laid-back feeling of my hometown. Kotori, you grew up in Tokyo, right? So you're used to places like this? I imagine there are many shopping malls, I should say malls, not males, like this in Tokyo. My mother and sister would go. I visited them too, but it's been a while. But it's amazing being here on a date, right? There's no doubt about it. It isn't even an everyday sort of thing. For us, living in the dorm, always seeing the same faces, this kind of place gives a fresh feeling. My first date ever, this should be special, Kotori mumbled. Is that so? I figured you would have at least had the experience of a date. Kotori shook her head. This is the first, with you, Aoi. I knew it. I should have put on better clothes. What's wrong with what you usually have? I just feel shy. But it's fine, since you're the #1 guy I'd want to please. I told you it suits you. Come on, let's go see the movie. Okay. Japan's leading commercial complex, Vindi, also had a cinema. There were a variety of themed movies playing right now. The tickets I got were good for any of them. Which one do you want to see? Let's see, this one. The movie that Kotori chose was unrepentantly a war movie. She was probably attracted to the propeller on the movie poster. It took place in World War II Europe. It was a love story of an Air Force ace pilot. The movie wasn't bad, but it didn't matter so much on a date. Kotori was excited at the fight scenes and bubbly at the love scenes. In the end, the movie delivered the warm fuzzy feelings of a happy ending. Okay. Interesting choice for a date, but sure. I mean, you guys do you. That was awesome. The air battle at the end was unbelievably cool. The lovers flying during a nighttime date was also unbelievably romantic. Even after the movie was finished, Kotori's enthusiasm did not lessen. Those types of old-fashioned planes are interesting, aren't they? I love those old types of planes from my time flying Messerschmitt in World War II, yeah. I'm German. My true Luftwaffe self now comes out. Yeah, but those flying engines are kind of wicked. I wouldn't exactly say wicked, but the way the planes fly and the glider flies are different, as we say in the movie. Or I should probably say saw, not say. So do you think there is a place that sells goggles around here? I think they're absolutely necessary. Not at all. Did you plan to use them during the test flight? Kotori nodded. Well, you don't need them, because the glider has a canopy. During flight, the canopy is shut. If it were to open, then control of the glider would be completely lost, and you'll be forced to use a parachute. Well, we need to take care of our stomachs too. How about lunch? You have to let me pay for that. What's this all of a sudden? Because you treated me to the movie. But I told you my mother gave me those tickets. I had a free ticket too. Sure, but at least let me treat you to lunch. Wrong voice. At least let me treat you to lunch, yeah. I don't exactly have the chance to do a lot of boyfriend-like stuff. We only just started dating. Up until now, there hasn't been any significant change in our relationship. Before we started dating, we've always been good friends. The only difference is we have confessed our true feelings towards each other. And we've kissed. It's not like that at all. Harry, you always have been boyfriend-like. You're cool and kind. You're too perfect. You think so? I said so, didn't I? So there's no doubt about it. Kotori stated, I should say with convincing pride. As usual, in a strange place, Kotori was full of self-confidence. But let me treat you to lunch. I get an allowance for working as a dorm. Sure. So, what do you want to eat? Let's see. Kotori opens the floor guide. Keeping in with the chic style of Vindi, Kotori chose a restaurant. Here's good. Which one, seriously? Kotori said yes, as she nodded insistently. Taiyuken, Old Man Masaki's ramen shop. Well, I've never had ramen. Huh? Is it something to be that surprised about? Nine, it's, ramen could be like national favourite like beef balls and curry rice. Okay, the grammar of that's a bit weird. But hey, whenever my family would go out, no one ever said anything about ramen. A sign that Kotori's family was somewhat well off. Her father was the gentleman type, whom even over summer vacation would wear suits. Alright, should we go to Taioki then? Taioken even then? Let's do it. And so we headed towards Taioken. Wow, that was delicious, Aoi. Thank you, Kotori said as she pat her stomach in satisfaction. You're welcome. It somewhat ruins the sense of having perfect. Of having perfect? Yeah, I'm not too sure what they're trying to say there, but hey. But I was still quite pleased. On top of that, this was probably cheaper. I introduced Kotori to Masaki, who then gave us massive discounts, making the meal practically free. Tonkotsu ramen is pretty rich, but I think I would like to eat it again sometime. We can come anytime. Mr. Masaki will probably give discounts again too. Kotori is my girlfriend, she's cute, and we received a warm welcome. You're like a son to him, he's a nice old man. With full unsatisfied stomachs, we wandered through Vindi. There are quite a lot of different kinds of shops here. Mostly they were women's clothing and accessory shops, but there were also shops that sold tableware and miscellaneous goods, a bookstore, stationery shop, and strangely a dentist office. Usually I had no interest, and I wouldn't have had any reason to go to places like this, but today is different. As we passed the women's clothing shops, I looked at the clothes and caught myself thinking, Kotori would probably look great in these. Say Kotori, is those clothes Kotori? For some reason, Kotori was frowning as she watched another couple. What's with the gloomy face? It's nothing, nothing at all. Was she irritated at their clinginess? No. Nine, we were on a date too. Hey Howie, could you come here a sec? Kotori grabbed my hand, and so with one hand I began pushing the wheel of the wheelchair. Hey, let's go faster. So you just wanted to walk hand in hand? Generally, couples hold hands or link arms. Some secretly place their hands on each other's lower backs. When I saw these things, it wasn't that I didn't feel any jealousy, but while I was holding Kotori's hand, I saw the look of surprise in surrounding people's eyes. From my perspective, pushing Kotori's wheelchair one-handed was, I'm going to put it, rather harsh. Stop. What? You've started breathing heavier. Don't push yourself. This isn't difficult. I was going between home and school. This is nothing at all. Compared to the average girl, Kotori certainly was quite strong. The windmill hill is gently sloped, but climbing it is exhausting. As I said, with a wheelchair, it has to be next to impossible. Just seeing you like this, it looks difficult and so not good. I told her and let go of her hand. I can't see your face when you're behind me. I waited forever for this day. It hurt to see Kotori feeling so downhearted. Alright, how about if we stand side by side? Sure. Satisfied with the solution, Kotori nodded. I think it has to be difficult for Kotori, pushing herself, but I might be overthinking about it. It's definitely better to see her face. If it becomes too difficult, say something, okay? Don't overdo it. I understand, now shut up. And so, side by side, we looked around Vindy. It wasn't as there was nowhere I wanted to go. We were in no hurry, and we had plenty of time. Those clothes are nice. There was a pale blue dress hanging straight in a shop window. The colour was the colour of the sky. I thought Kotori would look good in it. Kotori was absent-mindedly looking at the same shop. Is those clothes there? Do you like them? It's not bad. I just glanced at it. I think you would look good in them. I compared the dress with Kotori's reflection in the shop window. Yeah, it would without a doubt look good on her. I wonder how it would look on me. Even so, she was doubtful. She didn't seem to be denying their possibility. I don't think you can try on the clothes. Well, it's troublesome for the shopkeeper. I stuck my head into the shop and met the eyes of a female shop attendant. She smiled at me. May I help you find anything, love? If you like this dress, but trying it on and... That's quite alright. Look, let's go. Kotori raised her voice as she grabbed her wheelchair wheel and sped out. Wait. No sooner than I saw the back of the dress did Kotori go flying out of the shop. The shop attendant smiled and showed me out of the shop. What did you run off for? I told you it'd be bothersome to try the dress. You should have just said something. Enough already. When it comes to clothing, my sister can get it for me. You didn't like the dress? It's not that, it's just, well, whatever, let's go. Crap. Kotori's lost all of her enthusiasm. Our plan was to go see a movie, which we did. I wouldn't be surprised if Kotori started saying that she wanted to go home. What do you want to do now? There seems to be an arcade around here. They stopped and looked for something interesting on the floor guide. I think I might be a little tired. I want to rest somewhere. I was relieved that despite her drop in enthusiasm, she didn't say that she wanted to go home. Okay, let's see. Shall we check out over there? Over there? Actually, there was a place I wanted to check out again today. The shop that you wanted to see before. Kotori tilted her head. The place you said has these delicious-looking millefeuille. Millefeuille. I don't know how you actually pronounce that. I don't know my desserts that well. Taking the hint, Kotori gasped. Cafe Flags. Go to Cafe Flags. This was on Kotori's to-do list. Cafe Flags was a famous pastry shop known for their deliciously sweet creations. When Kotori added it to her list, she didn't realise that it was also a dating hotspot. Cafe Flags happened to be at Vindy. But isn't that place expensive? Don't worry about it, we've got plenty of war funds left. Lunch was pretty inexpensive. Meaning, let's go, Kotori. Outside Cafe Flags, a waiting line was formed. Just like we heard, it's a pretty popular store. See people waiting for primarily young couples and older ladies hunched over with shopping bags. There's so many people. The food probably is that good. We're getting in line. Of course. From where we stood, the wait was about 30 minutes. The customers who made reservations walked right inside. Oh, seems to be flickering a bit with the images, this episode. When entering the cafes, the hostess called out table seating Von and guided Kotori along. "Is this kind of cafe then?" Kotori muttered when she saw the sleek interior design. I also looked around with curiosity. We opened our menus. Oh geez, this place is expensive. The cheapest cakes are around $8. I guess they have to do that so it's obvious how expensive it's for all the non-Japanese viewers and all that. The tea is about the same, with the more expensive teas over $10 a cup. Yep, I know that feeling. One time, with a bunch of work colleagues, I once went to the I think it's the Guards Bar and Lounge in Raffles Hotel in the middle of London. Now you can probably already tell that's going to be expensive, and it was like £8 for a pot of tea. Ooh boy! I was thinking to myself as I ordered it, this better be a damn good pot of tea. I mean, it was nice. Well, let's see. The featured milfoil cake is no less than $13 a slice. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of that cake type, but hey, there's no doubt about it. At these prices, it better be that exceptionally good. No, and I'm not angry. With a tightening chest, Kotori asked, "What do you want?" "Let's see, the milfoil and the Darjeeling tea." "The milfoil and an iced tea sounds good." He called a waiter and placed an order. "Finally, we can try the famed milfoil." "Yeah, I can't wait." Seems like she still isn't happy. Surely overthinking about everything has sent her mood into a downward spiral. "About earlier, I'm sorry." "What are you apologising for?" "I got your thoughts going into a bad place." "No, it's not that. There's nothing wrong with you, Owie. It's normal stuff." Kotori stopped talking mid-sentence. I didn't say anything. Kotori opened her mouth and paused. She nervously looked up at me. When you're out on a date with me, are you having a good time?" "Having a good time? What are you suddenly saying? What are you suddenly trying to say?" "Mr. Me, don't we kind of stand out?" As she spoke, her eyes looked about the room, and caught the glances of other customers. "When we got here too, people sort of noticed us. Does that sort of thing bother you?" "I can't help thinking these things when I am together with you. The clothes are not walking hand in hand." Kotori gradually sank into herself. "You told me these clothes were cute just to flatter me, right?" Wait, that was Irish, what am I doing? "Yeah. Look, you like me, right?" Kotori nodded her head in acknowledgement. "Well, my sister picked the clothes." This was not surprising. Hipari has good taste in knowing what would look good on Kotori. However, the statement was not intended on being a positive thing. The clothes from earlier I thought would look good too. You seem to like them too. But don't you think it'd be strange for a girl like me to dress up? I don't think it would be strange at all. Yeah? You just said that thanks to you we stand out, right? I don't think that that's it at all. It's the wheelchair, right? You're cute, so people are looking... But no, I don't think so. You can say it's in spite of the fact that people are always calling you a beautiful girl. Well, I can admit to that. Kotori is cute. It won't be strange to call her beautiful. That's why people can't help themselves and look. If there are people staring, it's because they see a beautiful girl in a wheelchair, and they wonder what her story is. Of course it makes Kotori feel uncomfortable, but there's nothing that can be done about that. You're cute, Kotori, so much that people without thinking turn to look at you. If I could date a girl like that, wow, that's the kind of face they have. Kotori let out a small laugh. Yeah, laugh a bit and you're even cuter. After all, it's your natural cool self. Okay, enough. I said forget about it. This time remember that. Ha, that was intense, I won't forget. When you remember this time, you'll laugh. I sat up straight and put on a relaxed, self-confident expression and flickered the hair off from my face. I flicked the hair side to side. I can't say anything when you are sitting there with that self-confident air. That's not kind. When Kotori grumbled like that, she unconsciously got cuter. I restrained myself. Instead, I held my hand out across the table. Kotori, picking up on my meaning, unsoftly laid her hand in mine. Things like hand-holding, while not voguing, we can do. Besides, who can have a date in a glider soaring in the sky? Probably only us, right? We'd have to doubt the other couples at Vindia would be jealous. Kotori looked up at me. You're probably right. Kotori's mood seemed to suddenly brighten. So you won't laugh for me? When your smile shines, it makes you even more beautiful. Thank you, Owie. Ziveta brought the tea on cakes while Kotori was smiling brightly. It said smiled, but I feel like it should say smiling, should say even. Kotori pulled back her excited hands. The staff, who saw it, smiled softly. Ziveta placed the plates on the table. Delicious. While looking at the milfoil, Kotori's eyes shone brightly. When he sees the pastries, his jaw practically starts falling. Kotori hurriedly wiped her mouth. Well, look, just look at this. It's milfoil. Of course I'm looking at it. I see the same thing in front of me. This is not the most divine aura. Surely it is absolutely the most delicious looking pastry ever. As expected from an international pastry, Kotori muttered as she examined every corner of the cake. Just how many layers does this thing have? The layers of crust were countless, never mind the layers of strawberry on the deep-coloured custard. Well, now you're making me want one, game. On top there was a dollop of fresh cream with the strawberry. Over the strawberries there was a transparent jelly-like sauce that shone brightly like a jewel under the shop's interior lighting. The fact that Kotori stated this is absolutely delicious before tasting the pastry. Sorry, I completely misread that. The fact that Kotori stated this is absolutely delicious before tasting the pastry was natural. There we go. I knew it. When you're angry or feeling down, sweets is the answer. No, it's not like that at all. Which is it? In any case, you seem to have cheered up. I'm glad. Kotori nodded brightly. This should be awkward, I thought. Hey, let's eat. Kotori, with each shake of her head, more reverently agreed. Alright. Kotori, with her trembling hands, gripped her knife and fork and brought them to the milfoil. It's crispy. The knife cutting into the crust made a small, delightful sound. Kotori took a slice of strawberry and cream with the crust to her fork and carefully brought it to her lips. Delicious. Kotori brought her hand to her cheek and stated unconsciously. Zervato, who saw Kotori, nodded, smiled and said, "Oh, customers often say that." It's not too sweet, not too sour. Its rich and profound flavour fills my mouth. This is the taste of happiness. The cake seemed so delicious that even Kotori's way of speaking seemed to change. Let's see. Chomp. Man, this really is good. A very light sweetness and the sourness of the strawberry came out as it mixed together with the perfect amount of cream. The taste really rounds out. As if using texture as an accent, it tastes crispy. Blending different textures and a different type of sweetness together into balance with each other creates a refined, harmonious balance of elegance. Man, these are long sentences that are actually kind of not easy to read. Without exaggerating, I can say that before eating this cake, Von has never truly lived. Things like this cake, other than birthdays and Christmas, they're not something eaten regularly. Of all the cakes that I've had, the one which chances the... What the fuck is that sentence? It was an experience, that's what he's trying to say. Happiness. Without eating the cake, Kotori's heart seemed to exude happiness. His constant success, more than being encouraging, is somewhat irritating. The tactics used to abate Kotori's anger with the Hagen-Dazs is entirely different. I feel like the localization is falling apart a bit here. What's going on? This tea is also amazing. I think I'm in heaven. While lost in thought, Kotori reached under the wheelchair and rummaged around. What she pulled out was Isuka's navigation log. Do you always carry that thing around with you? It's an important thing to me. The wheelchair was a regular wheelchair, so it was natural that it received rough handling. On rainy days, you have to quick push yourself with all your strength, and you have to fight with the inertia of the hills. Why are we suddenly talking about her wheelchair? When you were on the beach, you had to deal with sand and grit, and then, of course, occasionally falling over. Thanks to a new frame not coming in, the dent in the wheelchair couldn't be fixed. The journal that was there, through it all, was a little tattered. Kotori opens the journal like an old pro. She stopped on the page with the to-do list. She took a pen and in the complete box, under the entry "Go to Cafe Flags," filled it with black. One more to do, completed. It was more difficult than expected to fill in that box. Kotori gazed at the page in satisfaction, but then turned her attention back towards the pastry. This time I saw, quickly. Yeah, this very well might be the peak of my life. What did you say? I'm going out with an amazingly wonderful guy, have wonderful and reliable friends, and soon my dream of flying will come true. This must be what they mean by bliss. What do you mean by that? The idea of... Oh, wrong voice. The idea of having real satisfaction in one's life. I definitely couldn't ask for more right now. Punctuating her point, Kotori stabbed a giant strawberry with her fork. And this milfoil is so much more delicious... Oh, wrong voice. And this milfoil is so much more delicious since you are here with me, Aoi. Definitely. She made sounds of delight then as she spoke. As usual, Kotori might have gotten a little carried away. My girlfriend, when feeling down or when feeling great, she's unique. Alright, you can finish it after one thing. Kotori asked what's that as she looked up at me. I pointed at the item at the top of the list, to cross a passageway of clouds. Isuka's leftover item. Kotori squirmed and ate some milfoil and gazed down at the item. We can reach this dream too. A morning glory is supposed to appear by the end of summer. We just have to wait a bit longer. You always take everyone's feelings into consideration. That's not that limiting. I was chosen as pilot because there was no one else suitable. But when tomorrow comes, that might change. It was a little late, but it seems like Kotori wanted to say something to me. No way, I don't think so. From now I'm going to start practicing. Last year I got to fly something that looked like it too. When I think about it now, it was absurd. It was actually dangerous. Oh, you don't want to try flying? A morning glory is... I want to fly. I really, really want to. Everything was so close last year. There are so many feelings that I cannot seem to forget. Alright, that settles it, Aoi. You're going to be the pilot. There's no problem here. Kotori said calmly, ungently as she took another bite of milfoil. While we're talking about strange things, wasn't your heart pounding... I should say pounding, not pending. I'm mad. As Kotori said this, her face turned red like a strawberry. Well, looking at time, I think we do need to wrap up. It's quite a long one, this episode. But, yeah, hope you enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, our date with Kotori may... I was about to say it may not finish yet, but then again, it could be that this scene is the wrap-up of it. Who knows? We'll see next episode, ladies and gentlemen. So, maybe there's a bit more to go just yet, but I feel like we're getting closer to what is probably going to be the end game. I mean, it's got to end with, obviously, Aoi and Kotori flying through the morning glory and all that. So yeah, hope you'll join me for that, ladies and gentlemen. Social media links, propagandist channel link, etc., as usual, are in the video description for anyone interested. If you enjoyed, a like is of course always appreciated. But than that, I'm going to sign off and hope you join me next time. Goodbye, everybody. No, it's not happening. It has to go here. Right. In you go there, then. 9 there. Cliff houses, can they go in there? 1 there at least. Somewhere else where... the city centre will go over here. 22, great. Perfecto. Some mansions, housing down around it. Potentially reserved for the seaweed farm somewhere. Where were we doing the seaweed? Up here, wasn't it? Okay, so if actually that can't do it over there. Doesn't work. Oh, could go there. 20, 26, hell yes. Throw that down, got a boon.